how that makes me feel so much better, Andy, that it wasn't me. Everybody, I feel so much better when it's not my ignorance about technology, because that's often the case. I have to have full disclosure here. I grew up in the era of no computers, so I'm still kind of catching up. Hello, Ginger.
All right, so for those of you that missed that part, that aren't friends with me on my personal page, I'll share the video later. We had a little bit of technical difficulty. Half of this video, the camera felt the need to stream it on my personal page instead of this one. You have to refresh.
Which is that?
No, just pull down.
This
No,
one?
pull
No.
down. No. So put your finger on the photo and pull down. There you go.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
And then scroll down, you'll probably see it.